Hello guys, today we are covering the communication engineering. In information technology, the transmission of the data from the transmitter to receiver, that's we call the communication. In today's lecture we are covering four basic things: type of signals, the second sampling theorem, and at last we'll see that what is the Nyquist criteria. I am Professor H.D. Padia from Sri Santa Gajan Maharaj College of Engineering, Shegaon. In a signal processing, a signal is a function that conveys the information about a phenomenon. In an electronic and telecommunication, the signal refers to the any time varying quantity. It may be the voltage, current, or the electromagnetic wave that carries the information. Any quality such as the physical quantity that exhibits the variation in a space or time can be used as a signal to share the message between the observers. According to the IEEE transactions on the signal processing, a signal may be any audio, it may be any video, speech, image, sonar, or the radar related message. In information technology, information theory serves as a formal study of the signals and their contents. In information theory, a signal is a codified message that is a sequence of states in a communication channel that encodes a message. In the context of signal processing, signals are analog and digital representation of analog physical quantities. Today we are using the telephone, we are mostly using the mobile technologies. That's why we are very familiar with the communication system. In communication system, there are the 5 elements. We know the transmitter, then there is a communication medium, then a receiver and the source. In a communication system, a transmitter encodes a message to create a signal which is carried to receive by the communication channel. For example, suppose I have to transmit any word, the word is I love India. It might be the message spoken from the telephone. The telephone transmitter converts the sound into an electrical energy. Then this electrical energy, that is the electrical signal, is transmitted to receiving telephone by the wires. In mobile phone it may be received by the wireless. At the receiver then convert it into the sound. In signals and systems, signals can be classified according to many criteria. Basically there are 3 criteria. The first, according to the different features of values, classified into analog and digital signals, and that is a very popular classification of the signals. The second classification is according to the determinacy of signals, classified into the deterministic signals and random signals. The third classification is according to the strength of the signal, that classified into energy signals and the power signals. The type of signal, that is the first, based on the first category, that categorizes the signal into the 2. First is analog signal and the second is the digital signal. There are the 2 types again of the digital signal. First it may be the discrete signal, or second it may be the pure digital signal. In this PPT there are the 6 diagrams are given. In this 6, the first 3 are for the example of the analog signal. What is the analog signal? The signal which has the infinite measuring values, means which vary the frequently, and we can measure this signal at any place. That's we call the analog, means it has an infinite number of values. Just like in the first, the clock, we can stop this clock or we can measure the value of this clock at any instant. It may be the any value. In second, multimeter, again it is an analog, we can measure at any, means it may be the 1.1, 1.2, it may be the 2.01. As per the capacity we can measure. The third example is a joystick. We can move this joystick through the 360 degree, and at any place we have the different value. While the second is a digital signal. The digital signal is a signal that has the discrete values or finite values. The example first, that is a digital clock. Now in that we can measure only the values in a finite, that is it may be only the 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. We cannot measure the values 1.1 second, 1.2 second. In second example also, that is a digital multimeter. In that also we can measure the values only in the finite. The next and last example is this remote of the video game. Now in that we can perform only the 4 values. If we compare the joystick with this remote, the joystick we can move the 360-degree and there may be the infinite number of values, while in this remote we can have only the 4 values. That is a basic classification of the signals. We have this example, this sine wave, it is a continuous signal. We can measure the value at any place. It may be the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 up to the 1. From the 1, at any place we can measure its value. There are not the discrete values. But nowadays, due to the less power requirement, we have to convert or we have to use the digital or the discrete signals. Now we'll see that how to convert the continuous signal into the discrete signal. To convert the continuous signal into discontinuous signal, that is analog signal into discrete signal, we have to take some sample of the continuous signal, that is analog signal, and then we have to transmit this signal to the receiver. To convert this continuous into the discontinuous, first we have to understand the sampling. In general life, to analyze the quality of some product or the something, we take the number of sample, and then from the quality of the sample we analyze the quality of this thing. Sampling is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from larger population. There are the 2 rules for the sampling. The number of samples must be minimum, that is the first, but the number of samples must carry the precise information, that is the second. We'll take the example. Suppose we have to perform analysis of a group of 100 people. Then we'll take the sample of the 10 or 15 or 20. It's not a case that out of 100 we'll take the sample, that is we'll analyze the 1 or 2 people, or we'll analyze the 90 or more than 90 people. The number of sample must be minimum but must carry the precise information. The methodology used to sample from a larger population depend on the type of analysis being performed, but it may include the simple random sampling or the systematic sampling. What is a random sampling? If we are to perform the analysis of all the citizens in a town, then randomly we'll take the analysis of the 1000 citizens randomly. But if we perform the analysis of the 100 people, 100 citizens to every ward, to every square, every area, then that's we call the systematic sampling. In communication engineering, when we have to transmit the discrete signal, that is the conversion of continuous signal into the discontinuous signal, then we have to take the samples. The analog signal, if we consider the 1 cycle, then in this 1 cycle the value may be positive or the value may be the negative. That's why the sampling theorem states that the minimum number of samples must be the twice to the frequency. If we have the 1 signal and the frequency is 10 Hz, that is in 1 second there are the 10 cycles, then your number of samples must be greater than or equals to, means it must not be the less than the 20 of that twice of that frequency, that is it must not be less than the 20, it must be greater than or equals to 20. We'll see what is the statement. A continuous time signal can be represented in its samples and can be recovered back when sampling frequency, that is fs, is greater than or equal to twice the hash frequency component of massive signal. That is shown that fs, that is number of samples, it must be greater than or equals to the twice of that frequency of signal. But Nyquist criteria state that the number of samples must not be greater than the twice of that frequency. Nyquist criteria state that the number of samples must be exactly equals to, must not be the less than or must not be the greater than the twice fm. The Nyquist criteria decides the minimum sampling rate. The Nyquist rate is defined as the minimum sampling rate required to represent complete information about continuous signal in its sampled form. Therefore, according to the sampling theorem, the Nyquist rate is, that is Fs mean, is equals to the twice Fm. It must be the twice to the frequency of that signal. The maximum interval of sampling can be given as, that is t is equals to 1 by f, we know, that is Ts max is equals to 1 upon Fs min is equals to 1 upon twice Fm. Here, this Ts max is called the Nyquist interval or Nyquist criteria, and the Fs min is called the Nyquist frequency. In this picture, we have the four waveforms. The first show the original waveform, the second is with the sample 10, the third is with the sample 6, and the fourth is with the sample 2. In second, if we have the 10 samples, then from these 10 values we can draw the perfect signal. If the number of samples are reduces and now we have the 6 points only, then my signal may be the like this. And if we have reduces again the number of samples and we have only the 2 sample, then we can draw the signal like this. But as per the Nyquist criteria and as per the sampling theorem, for every cycle there must be the minimum 2. By minimum 2 we can draw the signal like that. Means if we have reduces the number of samples, the quality will reduce. By using this sampling theorem, we can convert the analog signal into the discontinuous signal. What is a discontinuous signal? In discontinuous signal, that is a discrete signal, we transmit the data to every alternate second. Means for 1 second we'll transmit the data and 1 second we keep it off. Then 1 second we'll transmit the data and 1 second we'll keep it off again. The ratio of the data transmission on and off, it is dependent. The discrete signal transmit data at alternate time period. The time duration for data transmission is called pulse, and time duration for no data transmission is called the position. We'll take the one example. Suppose we have any continuous signal and the size of that continuous signal is 10 kilobytes, and for the transmission of this signal we require the power 10 watt. Then now we have decided that 1 millisecond we transmit the data and 1 millisecond we keep it off. Then obviously the size of the signal will reduce to the 5 kilobytes from this 10 kilobytes. Obviously the power requirement will also half. Now we'll take the again second example. Now in that we have decided, suppose for 1 second we have to keep the data on, we have to transmit the data, and for next 3 milliseconds we have to keep the data off. Now your size of analog signal will reduce by the 4 times, that it will only the 2.5 kilobytes. Now the power requirement will also only the 2.5 watts. This is the one picture that show the relation between the analog signal and the discrete signal. In analog we transmit the data continuously, that's why we call the continuous signal, and in discrete signal we transmit the data for some time period, and for some time period we not transmit the data. The relation is dependent. This is the last, that is the digital signal. Now we'll compare the discontinuous signal, that is discrete signal, and digital signal. In discrete signal, the value of amplitude may be the any value. Means it may be the 1 volt, it may be the 2 volt, it may be the 3 volt. If its maximum amplitude is 10 volt, then it may be the 10 volt also. Means number of values of amplitude are available. But in digital signal, there are only the 2 stages. Your voltage may be the 0 digitally, or it may be the 1. If we consider the 1 means 5 volt, means your voltage may be the 0 volt or your voltage may be the 5 volt. Means there are only the 2 stages. In this lecture, we have cleared the 3 type of signals. First is the analog, that is a continued transmission of the data. Second is the discrete signal. In that, we are performing the discontinuation transmission of the data. Means we are transmitting the data at some instant and we are not transmitting the data at some instant. And the third is a digital signal. In that, we are transmitting the data in discrete pattern, but only with the 2 stages.